it's like the same as we did yesterday. With a little bit more. So, and we just spent like 3 days on this stuff where it's like pretty much the same thing, just a little bit more. So I want to know in which quadrants is the sign ratio positive. So to do this, I'm going to think about my quadrants. And I'm going to think about our unit circle, but I don't need to draw it. In quadrant 1, the ordered pairs, plus, plus. Good. And then this is quadrant 1. Okay. And in quadrant 2, how do the ordered pairs go? And in quadrant 3, both negative. And in quadrant 4, positive, negative. Okay, very good. Now, so when we were talking about the unit circle, we said that the cosine of some angle was the x-coordinate, and the sine of some angle gave you your y-coordinate. Okay. And so, looking at these coordinates, ordered pairs, I want to find the sign ratio that's positive. Where is sign positive? Quadrant 1 and quadrant 2, right there. Sign is positive there. Sign is positive there. Oh, where is the y-coordinate positive? Good? Okay, where is sign negative? 3 and 4, right? Okay, so sign represents the y-coordinate. So that's everything above the axis. To be negative would be everything below the axis, okay, for sign. In which quadrants is the cosine ratio positive?
1 and 4.
Quadrants 1 and quadrants 4. So cosine is the x-coordinate, and that would be the x-coordinate is positive over here on the right-hand side, yeah? Okay, so quadrants 1 and 4. So where is cosine negative?
2 and 3.
Yeah. Again, that would be where x values are negative over to the left in quadrants 2 and 3. Okay, good. All right, now here's for all the money in the world. Not. In which quadrants is the tangent ratio positive?
3.
How did you get 1 and 3? How do we find?
Negatives cancel out. There's 2 positives.
Ah, if they have the same signs, very good. If the signs match, that's going to give us a positive result. So remember, how do we get tangent?
X over y.
Y over x. Yeah, y over x. Have we talked about sine over cosine yet or not? We haven't done that yet.
No.
Okay, just checking. I couldn't remember. All right, so y over x gets us that tangent. And so if quadrants 1 and 3 tangent is positive, where's tangent negative? 2 and 4, where the signs are different. All right, so that makes sense, right? Okay, we're going to put all that together now.
Oh, great.
Okay. Example 1. State the quadrant in which theta lies. Today and tomorrow we'll be working on conditional trig functions, okay, where we have to put together a bunch of information to figure out where to draw the triangle. So yesterday we told you where to draw the triangle because you were given ordered pairs. Today you're not going to be given ordered pairs. You have to figure out which quadrant it has to be in, okay, sort of by process of elimination here. So I have this statement, sine of some angle is, what does that mean?
Less than 0.
Less than 0. What does less than 0 mean?
It's negative.
Okay, so sine of some angle is negative. All right, and this is cosine of some angle is greater than 0, which would be
Positive.
Cosine of some angle is positive. Okay, so it's important that we can read those statements and understand to be less than 0 is negative and to be greater than 0 is positive. Maybe you guys are better at that than I was. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just do what we did before. Positive, positive for quadrant 1. Negative, positive. Negative, negative. And positive, negative. Okay. So what I'm going to do then is just sort of mark where those things occur. Where is the sign value negative?
4 and,
4 and 3, right there. Sine is negative in quadrant 4 and 3. Okay, good, good, good. All right. So that's that one. I did in red. All right. Where is the cosine ratio positive?
3 and 1. 1 and 4.
Right here. Cosine is positive in 1 and 4. What works for both?
4.
Ah, quadrant 4. Theta is in quadrant 4. Oh, nice, right? That's how that works. Okay. Does that make sense? You good? Yeah? Okay, let's do the next one. Negative, positive, negative, negative, positive, negative. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you ever played Foursquare?
Yeah, I love that game.
That's a great game. I used to play that all the time. Okay, sorry. Interesting. So we talked about sine and cosine and tangent in the warm-up here. Didn't talk about cosecant.
It's just opposite.
It's just the reciprocal of sine, right? So does the reciprocal change whether it's positive or negative? No, it doesn't. So if they give us cosecant, we're just going to go right back to sine of some angle is less than 0, negative. Tangent of some angle is less than 0, so also, whoops, negative. I'm going to use a different color.
I wonder.
Okay, so tangent of some angle is also negative, is what we're looking for. Okay. So first, where does sine have a negative value?
2 and 3. 2 and 3.
Sine is the x or the y coordinate. 3 and 4, right there. Sine is the y coordinate. So, yeah. Okay. How do you do? Where is tangent negative?
2 and 4.
2 and 4, right here for tangent, and here where the signs are different. So what works for both? Again, theta in quadrant 4. How do you find tangent? Divide your ordered pairs. They have to be different. Different signs would be a negative result. Yeah, positive divided by negative is negative. Negative divided by positive. This, yes, whether it's positive or negative will be the same. So if they give you secant, what are you going to look for? Cosines. Yeah. So the x coordinate. Yeah. Okay. That good so far? Okay, good. Example 2. Find the indicated trig value in the specified quadrant. I think your book actually has you find all the trig functions. Yeah. Oh, hey, yours is different. Find the rest of the trig functions. Yeah. So on this one, I'm only asking for one of them, but your book's going to ask for all the rest of them. All the rest of them. Yeah. Find the indicated trig value in the specified quadrant. Your book says find the remaining. So. Oh, did they? Okay. Sorry. All right, so we have a little bit of information here. So first of all, this one's easy. Do I have another one after this? Maybe I have another one. Oh yeah, okay. There we go. I was like, these are too easy. Okay. So first of all, we have this cosecant of some angle is 3 over 2. This is a trig equation. Anytime you're given a trig equation, how do I know it's a trig equation? It's got sine, cosine, tangent, secant, cosecant, cotangent. Somewhere a trig equation. Anytime you're given a trig equation, what are you supposed to draw? A triangle. You notice the shape of it? It's like a triangle, right? Yeah, it's great. Okay. This one tells us to draw theta in quadrant 2. So we're going to draw. When it says theta in quadrant 2, that means that its terminal side is in quadrant 2. So I have my initial side of angle theta, and its terminal side of angle theta is in quadrant 2. All right, so this is angle theta in standard position, always, always. Now, in order to have a trig equation, I must have a triangle. So what do we need to do? Drop an altitude. Does it matter where the point is on the terminal side? It doesn't. Why?
Because no matter what, it'll always be.
The ratios are always the same. Yeah, they're all similar triangles. Wherever we drop that altitude, it's just going to create a different kind of similar triangle. When we drop that altitude, that creates our little reference angle here. Remember we talked about theta prime. Theta prime is defined as always being between the terminal side and the x-axis. Okay, the reason we need it is so that this is defined as the opposite side. All right, that altitude is always going to be the opposite side. I just learned that this year. Put that together. All right, I learned something every year. Now that we have our triangle, we can fill it out. What information did they give us?
3 over 2.
3 over 2. So 3 represents?
X.
The hypotenuse. And 2 represents? Opposite. So, toa. Right? So cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So hypotenuse over opposite. There we go. Okay, now you're with me. So the hypotenuse is 3. The opposite side is 2. What do we need to figure out?
Or the adjacent.
The adjacent side. I'm going to call it x. Why did I call it x? Because it's on the x-axis. Okay. All right. So x squared plus 2 squared equals 3 squared. And then
X squared equals 5.
And so x equals plus or minus radical 5.
Let's say with plus. Let's say with negative.
It's going to be minus radical 5. Why is it negative radical 5? Because it's in quadrant 2. Okay? All right. So, first of all, when you're finding these sides, if it's an x or a y side, you have to worry about positive or negative. How do you know if it's positive or negative? You look at your picture. Okay? The quadrant that it's in. So you have to have a good picture. The hypotenuse, always positive, okay? Just so we're clear. The x and the y can change signs, but that hypotenuse always has to be positive, okay? Now, once you have that labeled, then we can find the remaining trig functions, but for this one, we're just going to find cosine of our angle that we drew. So what is the cosine ratio? Adjacent over hypotenuse, so negative radical 5 over 3. Okay, and then you could find tangent of theta, which would be opposite over adjacent. So 2 over negative radical 5, and then you'd rationalize, and I don't want to do that, but you got the idea, yeah? Okay, so you guys have to find all, maybe I'll change the assignment. Maybe you just need to find the big 3. Sine, cosine, and tangent? Will that work? Okay. All right, tell me I'm awesome. No, okay. Okay. All right. First up, we have a trig equation. What must we draw? Triangle at some point. What is this?
Where's
It's telling us where our angle theta is in degrees. So it's in the third quadrant between 180 and 270 degrees. So So here's my initial side. If I open up greater than 180 degrees, that's greater than that straight angle. So this places me somewhere in the third quadrant. So there's theta somewhere in the third quadrant between 180 and 270 degrees. All right, in order to draw a triangle, I must see a triangle. What do I need to do? Drop an altitude up. Always to the x-axis, and that creates my reference angle between the terminal side and the x-axis. Always, always. Now I can label this triangle. What does the 3/5 tell me?
Opposite over adjacent.
Opposite over adjacent. So where's the opposite side?
The furthest one.
The altitude is 3. Is it 3? -3. What's the adjacent side?
5.
5. What happened? Why didn't they tell us they were negative?
Because they didn't want to tell us that it was quadrant 3.
Because if we wrote -3 over -5, what would that give us? The negatives cancel out. They're always going to clean things up, right? So you have to be smarter than what they gave you and understand that we're here in -x, -y territory, okay? You must attach the signs. All right, let's find that third side. I'm going to call it the radius. So -3 squared. Jonah, what did you say?
Radical 34.
Radical 34. Okay. I'm going to call it R for radius. Hello. 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 Hello.
I'm just coming in to see what you guys are doing.
We're doing awesome trig.
Well, I know, and
Yeah, it's
next
pretty
year,
radical.
next year I'm gonna have juniors, so I know trig was one of the things that I really understood.
Oh my gosh, you're not going to have freshmen anymore.
Well, you put a radical 35 over next to
Oops,
the R.
thanks.
I actually went through calculus 3, and I actually did linear equations, which was my hardest class ever. I got a C in it. That's pretty disappointing in college.
Did you get a C in geometry?
I did in high school. Only C I ever got. My teacher either retired or died the next year. I don't know. I didn't keep up with him.
Are you sad?
The next time, just dead.
No, I only have 2.5 more years of freshman. I know that this really doesn't pertain to you, but the carpet cleaner that we bought for these 3 rooms, I'm just gonna borrow it for a weekend and then bring it back.
Oh, have fun.
Yeah, you probably don't use it, but we used it to clean. So if you have a stain, you let me know. We'll bring it to Resolve and we'll clean the carpet.
Oh.
Yeah, we bought that.
You don't
for,
get paid for that, you know.
No, but I wanted to keep carpet in my room, and the only way to keep carpet in my room was to agree to keep it clean, so that the school didn't come in and pull it out. Well, yeah. And now I'm tired.
All right.
Oh,
Thanks. All right, here we go. So to find the cosecant of the angle would be hypotenuse over opposite. So again, you guys are just going to find sine of the angle and cosine of the angle and tangent of the angle, which they already gave us, so you don't need to find it again. So what's sine of the angle? -3 over radical 34, which you would then rationalize.
Nope.
And cosine would be -5 over radical 34, which you then rationalize. Yes. Over 34, yeah. All right, so you guys are going to find the big 3 on these instead of all the remaining ones. Okay, last one. Secant of some angle is equal to -2. Secant of some angle is equal to -2, and sine of the angle is less than 0. They were less specific about where this angle is. So we're gonna find the big 3. Find the big 3 trig functions of angle theta. Okay. So they didn't tell us which quadrant. How are we gonna figure out which quadrant?
Math.
So 23 since it's a negative 2.
Okay, so
Oh, it's
we,
Oh.
they're telling me that secant of some angle is negative,
That means that.
and they're telling us that sine of some angle is also negative. All right. So let's. What do we look for secant? Cosine. Yeah. So the x coordinate. So where are the x coordinates negative?
The bottom 2.
Yeah.
2 and 3. Cosine, the x values are negative over here in quadrants 2 and 3. Where are the sine values negative? That's the y coordinate. So that's underneath where y values are negative. So that's quadrants 3 and 4. So which one works for both? 3. So quadrant 3 works for both. So I'm going to draw my angle in quadrant 3. There's angle theta somewhere in quadrant 3. So on the last couple of these, you have to figure out where it is. You have to deduce. All right. So this is a trig. It doesn't look like the others. Why is it different? It's not a fraction. Or is it? Oh, it's over 1. That's right. Okay. Everything is a fraction.
Whoa.
So I'm going to drop an altitude again to create my reference triangle. All right. So if they gave me secant, what information are they telling me?
Adjacent over hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse over adjacent. So wait a minute. The hypotenuse is negative 2?
No.
No.
2.
Okay.
Regular 2.
Oh, the adjacent is negative 1. Okay. So then we can find the third side, which I'm going to find the y side here. So negative 1 squared plus y squared equals 2 squared.
Negative 3. Negative radical 3.
Negative radical 3. Negative because we're going down. All right, we want to find the big 3 trig functions. So sine according to theta, and cosine according to theta, and tangent according to angle theta. So sine would be?
Negative radical 3 over 2.
Cosine would be?
Negative 1/2.
Which, hey, that's just the reciprocal of what they gave us. So
Yeah.
that checks out. Okay, and then?
Negative radical. Oh, wait. It would just be radical 3.
Good. Okay. All right, do you guys have any questions for me? No. All right, we get started on CP19. Yeah.